Well, well, well. Hello and welcome to What Was That Radio's What Was Short conversation number 4. But it's not the entire conversation. You see, a conversation with an entirely different conversation. It's an entirely different podcast. It's an entirely different, I'll say an entirely different for how many, 5 times in a row here? Some of those conversations can go up to 3 hours in length. And with Pep Squad, we spoke for a few hours and it was so flipping cool to dive into the minds of 3 really passionate and experienced creators. Dan Whitmore, Curtis Peoples, Kat Leon. This is not their first dance when it comes to Pep Squad. And with What Was Short, it's taking a favorite little nugget of those conversations with and showing you their souls. And in this case, Kat talking about working in a rock band bar, leading to meeting Alice Cooper. What? I love stumbling into conversation when there's no research and finding out nuggets like this about a creative that's inspired and galvanized my soul. So here's What Was Short with Pep Squad. I'd really appreciate a like, subscribe, and turning on the alerts here on YouTube if you're in with it. Otherwise, have a fabulous day.
3 pivotal moments was the first as a kid, second with my ex, and the third was with Alice Cooper. I did like this show that somehow randomly I was on. I didn't even try to be on it, but it was one of those experiences where it was like, well, if you're doing a show on VH1, just to say you did it, just do it. And Alice Cooper was like, oh, do you want to, he's like, obviously you're not playing this rock band to the stars. Like, this is like a video game, but what do you want to do? He's like, I see there's like something in you and you should definitely go for it. And I told him the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm terrified. I don't really know what to do. And he's like, well, take it from me, get a gimmick and get a band. And literally the next day I posted an MI ad looking for a band. And that was the third moment in my life that I never looked back. So that's it.
Well, hang on. So you went to a professional rock band contest? What?
Yeah, it was called Rock Band to the Stars. It was actually Guitar Hero. You know that game? Guitar
Oh, you
Hero?
played the shit out of it. There was a show out here in America.
Show on VH1. It was actually Rock Band, the second form of that. So Guitar Hero was the first one, and then Rock Band was like the
full band version.
Full band, yeah. And they found me. I was bartending at a karaoke bar / rock band Guitar Hero bar, and my customers at the time would be like, "Oh, come up and do a song with me." I only sang. I never even played the instrument. And I guess they were scouting people in the area, and they found me and they were like, oh, we want you to be on the show. And I was like, reality TV? Hell no. I was like, no, thank you. But then they were like, oh, it's a paid weekend. It's not like Big Brother. Like you just shoot 2 days. It's a competition. Like we're not here to like try to make anybody like drama. It's nothing like that, which it was true. It was nothing like that. So I did it, having no idea who the judges were going to be. And then they were Alice Cooper and Sebastian Bach. And
Sick.
Okay, Seb, come on in.
Sick.
Yeah.
Stryker from K-Rock. He was like the MC of the whole thing.
Oh my God. I'm
was
so glad I didn't research this. This is fucking brilliant, Kat.
I didn't know this, I'll be honest.
This goes way back. This goes pre Holy Wars, pre Pep Squad, definitely. But yeah, so Alice Cooper said, do you want to do this? Like, and he was like, this business is terrible. I didn't want my own kids doing it. But he was like, I work with Kelly Clarkson. She's no different than you. Like, you should totally do it if you feel. And it really was that moment where I was like, well, fuck, if Alice Cooper tells you to be a rock star,
yeah, you do it.
Gotta do it. So in that moment, I was like, okay, well, if I do what you say, get a band and all this stuff, like, can I mail you anything? So I met Shep Gordon, and Shep Gordon gave me his address. And he was like, yeah. And Alice Cooper was even like, you're going to write a lot of crap, but when you write something cool, send it to Shep. He's not managing any artists, but maybe he can give you some advice. And he did. Like, I got his mailing address in Hawaii. And many years later, I finally sent him something just to say thank you, like not even wanting anything. I just was like, I did it, what you guys told me to do. So, and all of those steps brought me to Pep Squad. So
that is a wonderful share. Thank you. That is so cool, man. One of my best friends, Boopa Doopy, that's his Twitch name, but he's Alex in real life, is watching over in the UK. And we as middle teenagers played the shit out of Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and far too many 420 step nights where you couldn't quite nail Dragon Force, but we tried. I mean, Alex, you may have, that's not fair on you, Alex.
I'll say too, I have one song I wrote that is in Guitar. Well, no, one song I wrote that's in Guitar Hero. So that was a trip. It's the song by this band, Pierce the Veil. And we wrote a song called King for a Day. And it was actually on the demo of Guitar Hero 2. So if you went to Toys R Us, it was one of the 3 games you could play.
Yeah.
So me and my buddy, who's the singer and lead guitar player, we went and filmed ourselves playing it and truly bombing and like being like we were so bad at it, and just like in this Toys R Us in Burbank, laughing our asses off, trying to like failing at playing the song we wrote.
Yeah.
But that was also like I realized I was like, oh wow, this is like a thing. Like this is yeah.
Did you do a little Toys R Us tour?
No, we didn't. I kept wanting. I was really hoping one of his fans would catch him, just because it was like so hilarious and kind of like embarrassing to be in there. But it was also like, this career is so hard, and when you get any kind of win, even if it's random as hell, you gotta lean in and enjoy it, you know. And that was one of those. I was like, this is so weird and so fun, you know. So yeah. So I love those games for the reason. I also love it got kids into music that they wouldn't have known, like Smoke on the Water and, you know, Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith and things like that. Like songs that they may have heard on classic rock radio with their parents, but instead they like love those songs. Like some of those bands were able to kind of like revitalize their entire career.
It also made me say, I never want to listen to Dragon Force because I can't possibly play this.
Yeah.
Was it Through the Fire and Flames? That had to be.
Yes, it was.
No,
yes,
God,
it was. My God.
There's literally no, like, that is the most kitchen sink song I've ever heard in my life. Every idea is in that song. There was no idea that was like, nah, I think we're good. It's like, no, we should do that too.
Yeah. It's like an entire career in one 8-minute Colossus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was What Was Short with Pep Squad. And I really flipping appreciate your time. If you enjoyed that little nugget, then please do consider diving into a conversation with. I will link the full chat below here on YouTube. If you're listening via the podcast, just go to whatwasthatradio.com/podcast. Boom. It's all there, everything you need. And you'll also find, well, an awful lot of modern rock to discover, the Wazzers and our community, the Arts Academy, and a little bit more. If you're interested, again, just go to whatwasthatradio.com. A massive thank you to podcast editor and happy birthday, Mike Battle, one of my best friends. Also, thanks to his band Poor Sport for lending their instrumental for the intro and extra of these podcasts. Until next week, whatever you do in the rest of your day, and as always, please look after yourself. And I hope there's some fun and smiles involved in the rest of your day too, because we've got to cherish that positive. For now, much appreciated. Cheerio.